For the new people, you might hear some crazy things today. Get used to it. Because we're entering a time where we're going to hear and see a lot of crazy things soon. We keep hearing the world is changing, the world is changing, the world is changing. And we don't understand how it's changing. 5 years from now, our world will be nothing like it is today. Absolutely nothing will be the same. Nature will be different. Colors will be different. This is a shocker. We always start with a shocker. So let's start with another one. The energy we're going into is called the fifth dimension. In the fifth dimension, our sun is not golden yellow. It is white. After the end of this year, every single day our sun will slowly start changing color and becoming whiter and whiter and whiter until it becomes fifth dimensional. After December 21st of this year, humanity is entering its next evolutionary step. Some of us will make this step, others will not. We're not going to focus on who's not going to make it. We're going to focus on how can I make it. It's always best to focus on the positive. Because what we know by now that whatever we focus on grows, happens. One of the easiest ways to make it is to let go. So the first part of the seminar today is called letting go. And we're going to hear a few ways of how we can let go and what we should let go of. It is very easy, but at the same time, very difficult. Because we live in a world that needs to know who we are, we hold on to our identity very tightly. We create an identity, and then we say, this is me. This is what I am, or this is who I am. The problem with this is we're going into an era now where we will be more than just our identity. We don't necessarily have to get rid of who we are. We simply need to expand and become more of who we are. And the easiest way to become more is to not hold on so tight to what we think we are right now. For instance, every time I meet a new person, they'll ask me, what do you do? I say, I'm a channel. At the back of my head, I hear a little voice saying, stop saying that. And I say, why? And the answer is, because you're so much more than a channel. You're not just a channel. And when you keep saying, I'm a channel, that's all you'll be able to do. This is one way of letting go. Not being so fanatic about our jobs or our careers or our doctorates or whatever. That's the easiest way. Of course, if someone asks you, what do you do? You're not going to say nothing, because I don't want to hold on. You could say, at the moment, I'm a channel. Just don't be so... Simply, it would really help if we do not identify so much with our careers. Because that's a very small part of who we are. There was a woman in Texas, I think her name was Ann Richards, if I'm not mistaken. Her husband died, and as she was visiting the cemetery, she noticed on the graves people's names, and underneath the name it would say housewife and mother and wife. And she said, my God, that's what I am. I don't want this on my gravestone. She was just a simple housewife. There's nothing wrong with that, but at that moment she decided she wanted to be more. And what did she do? She didn't go one step at a time. She went to the top of the ladder right away. She said, I'm going to become governor of Texas. And she became governor of Texas right away. It's a decision. A housewife can do everything else she wants as long as she makes the decision. She let go. At that moment when she said, this is not what I want on my gravestone, she let go of the title housewife, mother and wife. Now, yes, she did say, I'm going to be governor. You don't have to say what you're going to be. Simply let go of what you are right now. Not that what we are is wrong. We're simply so much more. And it would be nice to stop using phrases all the time like, I'm a woman or I'm a man. Because this way we only express our feminine side or our masculine side. And we know that we have both masculine and feminine inside. Do not confuse this with sexuality. That's a different thing. If a man expresses his feminine side, it does not mean he's gay. Because many times in sessions I'll see a male client and I'll say, first we need to become comfortable with your feminine side. And some of them become scared and they say, I'm not gay. Don't confuse expressing your feminine and your masculine with sexuality. I have to repeat this. Another item it would help for us to let go of. A lot of us New Age people keep calling ourselves spiritual, light workers, enlightened, good. We are rejecting our dark side. And we're just simply holding on only to the light. But we are much more than the light. We are also the dark. 50% of us is dark, whether we like it or not. It would simply help to say, when you see something about yourself you don't like, it would help to say, this is me too. When you're feeling angry, when you're feeling petty, small, cheap, this is me too. Simply accept it, and then you're accepting all of you. You're letting go of just the light. Being in denial is not letting go. Pain. In most of existence, in most of the universe, pain does not exist. And souls have always wondered, what would that be like? And other souls said, go to Earth and find out. So the majority of us are here to also experience pain. But where we are right now, it's nice to experience it and then let it go. Since we're children, somebody always hurts us. So next time you think of one of your parents that hurt you, before you finish the thought, think of one positive thing that your parents did. And this way, slowly, we start to release the pain that we have been holding in us about our parents. And please don't say things like, I had a happy childhood. Did you grow up on Venus? No one on earth has a happy childhood. Don't say, oh no, my parents loved me. Just think of one positive thing your parents did next time a negative thought comes up. I'll give you one example of how I started changing it. My mother did not come to earth to have children. So she didn't love us. When I got into these metaphysical things, every time the thought came up that my mother didn't love us, before I finished the thought, I started saying, at least she was a very good cook, which she was. So I always finished the phrase with a positive thing about my mother. And after 4 or 5 times of saying this, my body released the hurt that I was carrying. Almost every woman is bitter about an ex-boyfriend or an ex-husband. That's too much pain to carry. It will block you from going into the new energy. Block you meaning not that it's going to not let you go to the new energy, it'll make it more and more difficult because you'll be heavier. So next time you're thinking of your bastard ex-husband, say something like, well, at least he was good in bed. And that way your body only holds on to that. And it will let go of the pain without you doing anything.